partners in crime, whatever we call them. I even forgot to do this. Yeah. I don't know why. I used to love doing these dark videos. These days, Emperor Sir likes to do this. It's patented poses. It's funny. It's very funny, in fact. I mean, because it triggers people. Uh, Well, man, on the last YouTube channel, I did these two videos on, I keep talking anti-feminism, I keep talking all this, but one of the core messaging that I keep doing is how gay and cucked and feminized has society in general gotten. Every one of my videos will have some element of that in it, along with probably if not explicit, indirect mention to Dr. Lecter. He was the best ever. Absolute genius, And so am I. Habib Lecter's just as good, maybe better. Actually, I'm better. But, man, I miss old school, man, and it's coming back, but, all these... that's why they've always called me toxically masculine and misogynist and a horrible person, nasty. And I'm not even talking about girls here. That attracts the girls, actually. Bad boys get them all. But I'm talking society in general. Like, okay, I never watch movies. Never, ever. Okay? I mean, maybe Silence of the Lambs, this, that, But in general, I'll never watch a fucking... movie, because I've got too much to do, and I've got these videos to create and all that, and so today I thought it would be a light day, only one video, and apparently no, and I'm not even done with my pull-ups, man. I'm not even most people spend their whole lives watching movies and YouTube and all this other bullshit, and they'll never actually, do anything with their own lives, which is fine, gay losers, whatever. But why do you watch a movie? You watch a movie because you want to be the hero. When I watch a movie, I'm like, I could take that hero now. Unless it's Stallone, unless it's, The Godfather, Mario Puzo, those kind of movies, Dr. Lecter. Now that's a worthy opponent, but especially these days, everything is just so gay and horribly cucked. I did it on my last YouTube channel about, and even India is 10x more time feminist than the West. Even their gods and goddesses are all feminine. But, I did two videos actually, or maybe it was one, I don't know, on that movie, two movies. One was 2008, one was 2013. Same actor. Now I like him, Imran Hashmi, and but the other guy, and this post is there on the website, so I'm not gonna get into it here. But the fucking video has probably been taken, has been taken down. I'm gonna have to look through my archives and all that. But if you can research, Janet, JANNAT on the website, and you'll find it, They had a sequel too, and in both cases, what I keep saying happened. Guy fell in love and he thought the girl loved her. Look, I keep saying there is no such thing as love. Even a woman won't be able to define love. It's all in the moment transactional bullshit with women. There's no caring. They're narcissistic psychopaths by default. Anyway. In the first movie, she literally betrayed him, and then she, psyoped him back. And then, again, that post is all there on the site, so you guys can read it. Then she psyoped him by saying, oh, yeah, but because he was into gambling and all that. I want you to live a nice life with me. He was making a lot of fucking money, was a G. got ruined. Second movie, similar story. Now a real G knows it's fine. I mean, I got plenty of girls, but that you can't trust a woman. No woman. Put her under the little slightest bit of pressure, and she's gonna buckle. It's very easy to a Trojan horse. Joan of Arc, or well, not Joan of Arc, but the Trojan horse is always a woman, right? I don't know if it was Joan of Arc or, there's a reason behind that. I mean, because guys in general are so gay and cucked. They go gaga, bonkers every time. So I recently wrote about this new Bollywood movie, which is funnily enough exactly what I've been called for years on the other business and, in real life by some people. Uh, Basically the Hindi version of Master, which of course will trigger all of y'all, but what will trigger you more is because they actually call me Emperor, sir, because that's what I am. But uh, because I am that guy, I always have been. And I asked him, why do you call me Emperor? Why not Master? And girls like, well, Emperor is above Master. Like, yeah, I can't argue that. It's funny. And no, I didn't. But so I figured, since I've got a little bit of time, I'll watch the movie and I'll see, maybe it's an actual gangster movie. Because, uh, I know a lot of men in the subcontinent silently feel exactly what I say out in public. Nobody wants to say it. I say it. You won't find one other person in the subcontinent. In the West, plenty of people say it. Subcontinent, nobody. They're all fucking pussies. They're all shit scared of women. What'll they think, what won't they think, etc., etc. Anyway, that's basically a tale of, a guy who, much like me, all his life expected to be a cuck. He never quite was. I never was at all. And then, something happens in his family and, because he disrespects his dad's owner, basically, or, employer, actually. I'll just say it in English, it's easier. Because most of you won't understand the Hindi. But, and then, the owner brutally drives the tractor over him to kill the dad because his son disrespected the owner, all right? That's how it works, man. That's real G, gangster, And he somehow survives, and then this guy becomes a gangster. He goes to another person, and he has to prove himself. He has to kill the perpetrators. He has to, blah, 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 blah. Then what happens? He falls in love. He gets married. And, it was kind of like a boring movie all throughout the movie. I got the feeling of the guy being a total cock, but and Malik, by the way, is the name of the movie if you want to watch it, and it's apparently number one trending. Gay, but uh, oh my god. You should see the sea change in this guy once he gets married. Like, he goes to, he wants to spend all day with her. He goes with her to a fucking temple. And, in a temple, apparently you're barefoot and all that. And so he actually bends down and puts his shoes on for her because, they love each other so much. Then they're showing them, sitting together, but his feet are not in her lap. As I said in that last video, his head is on her lap, but her feet are, they'll be on his lap. But it's so gay. But really speaking, what really, so she's cucked him. She got married, she cucked him. She, before that, they were both kind of chasing each other. And she cucked him. Okay? And of course, with women, you give an inch. With anybody, actually, men, women. Well, men are so cucked, but you give an inch, they take a mile. And then she, puts on the soft sob. Oh, I love you. I'm getting pregnant. What will my child think of your life? Because he's a gangster. He's apparently a feared gangster and all that. And then that same thing that I've done so many videos upon, the couple fight about it. It's like, I keep saying, and it's true, hey, Chairman Mao said it, Donald Trump knows it, Putin knows it, Preston Putin, best leader ever. I mean, we all know it. Any real man knows it. Power flows from the barrel of a fucking gun. It's just that simple. And, women and cucks, and I've covered this in the first video, have this thing of, oh, that's not power. You're scaring people. Well, that's how you get it, and money ties into all that. The more money you have, you can just buy all the power you want. It's that simple, man. That's how the world works. Oh, but that's not real respect, she says. What is real respect? Being a fucking cock? I mean, that you listen all day to your wife and you can't say one word against her? Is that respect? I don't think so. Nothing is equal. Everything is transactional. Anyhow, so then, she psyops him, she does this, she does that. I mean, not psyops, but sort of, I love you so much, blah, 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 I'll use that. And guy falls for it. And he's like, okay, I'll surrender to the police, and then I'll come out of jail in 10 years, and I'll live. Yeah, dude, she's going to find another husband instantly. Look at what's happening in Ukraine. Now, I've covered all this before, but my point is simple. First of all, the same thing I say, no such thing as love, and, women will destroy men if you let them, and most men let them. They will destroy you completely. They will cuck you. It's in their nature. They're narcissistic psychopaths by default. Every woman is. They can't help it. It's biology. It's built into them. But my point isn't that. Not everybody is so stupid. My point is this, that you're making movies about gangsters that kiss their wife's ass. This, my friend, is how gay and cucked society has gotten. You remember Godfather, Michael Corleone, and when he shot the police chief, there were no women there, Women weren't even there. I mean, yeah, he cheated on his wife, and she accepted it. She had to. She had no fucking choice, because he had the power. It flew from the barrel of a fucking gun. It's that simple. In your real life, you don't have to be a murderer or a cannibal like Hannibal. But what I mean is something has to be there, for you to get that power. It could be sex appeal like me. It could be a sexy fit body like me. I mean, the best body in the universe. I've got it. It could be anything, really. But man, I don't even know what I'm going to name this fucking video. It's so gay. He is bending to put his wife's shoes on, or a sandal, whatever the hell it was. I think it was kind of like a sandal, which is, I mean, it's not even that. It's the submissive thing, and he says that in the movie. It's कि मालकिन के सामने तो मालिक भी झुक जाता है, which is such utter fucking bullshit unless you're like the vast majority of men. In the vast majority of cases, yes, 99.9%. Me, I would shoot myself in the fucking head before I ever bow to anybody. True emperors don't do that. I mean, I mean, maybe that's why no woman's ever been able to control me. I mean, she couldn't control him either, pre their marriage. She says it. She basically openly says it, that I can't control you, and he kept doing what he wanted once they got married. Then, of course, he didn't even know she got pregnant. He had no idea, the guy. And then, she says, oh, do this for me, do that for me because you're pregnant. And he was like, what? Pregnant? How did you get pregnant? And then he's happy and, How gay is society, man? How gay is society? This is why I keep saying Donald Trump, Dr. Lecter, President Putin, Habib Milakubat, all these guys are the real G's. Somebody like an Andrew Tate, he says it openly. Women are Trojan horses. They're evil. They're the devil. And they are. Ask any woman. She'll tell you the same thing about other women. They don't trust each other. They don't like each other. They hate each other. I mean, put three women in a room together, any length of time, they're gonna, infight. It's just, they not directly, but indirectly. It's just that simple. It's built into their nature, biology. You know. Um, but man, this is why I never watch movies. Never. I thought I'll invest an hour of my time and see, because it looked actually, the violence was actually pretty brutal. Like he literally hangs people up like this, and you can see his bicep up. I mean, but it was also, I don't know. Man, Hollywood and Bollywood, all of that shit. Even China. I keep praising China and Russia, excepting Russia. Russia is not gay. Russia is as masculine as they get, as normal as they get. China, you look at movies like Mulan. Mulan is the stupidest movie you could ever think of. You know why? Oh my god, you have this warrior prince, and the only thing I liked about that movie, it may come as strange, given my anti-feminist stand, is Gong Li. Gong Li is awesome. Gong Li is superlatively beautiful, awesome, and she's not even traditionally beautiful, but she's got that X factor, the vibe, and she always plays an evil vixen. It could be in Memoirs of a Geisha. It could be Mulan. It could be even, she was Hannibal's, Hannibal Rising. She was his aunt. And they had a romance when Hannibal was 15. Gong Li is the real deal. I mean, I love Gong Li. I mean, she's, I wrote about her on the website and all that. But other than that, I mean, Mulan was a piece of shit movie. Maybe that's why my WeChat Pay is still banned. I can't, But I mean, many Chinese called it a piece of shit too. I mean, you have one woman against 10 men. What do you think is going to happen? They're all soldiers. But the woman kills the men. And it's so... But again, with Chairman Xi's recent rules, and it's changing now. That was during, a certain plague, pandemic, whatever. That was during the pandemic, so maybe they wanted to placate people because maybe divorces were shooting through the roof. And, so they were like, oh, yeah, woman power. Maybe that's why they wanted to do it. But Hollywood in general is fucking gay and cucked. Bollywood in general is gay and cucked. This is why I don't watch movies at all. And I think this will be the title of the fucking video. I mean, I don't even want to give that movie that holy mackerel, man. I mean, it was sort of tolerable till the, and you know what? A young guy, let's say in India or China or whatever, will watch that. Oh yeah, I fight. I become a gangster. I become powerful. Not just a gangster killing wise. Maybe in business. Maybe in life. Maybe in whatever. That I fight. I become powerful. This and that. Then he's going to wonder, oh, but I don't have a girlfriend. Because that's what they, try and depict. And a woman is necessary to complete my life. And then somebody, either a Trojan horse, or maybe he really likes the girl, I don't know, and he gets gay and cocked, and that is what you're seeing in society these days. I mean, it's all around you, Reject this programming, man. As a man, the best thing you can do is have plenty of girls, get them to, employ them, have them, whatever the hell the dynamic is, I don't know, I call them my slaves. I mean, because that's what they want to make us. They want to make us slaves. I mean, either you're a slave or you're a fucking master. I mean, that's what it is. There's no in the middle. In the middle sucks. It doesn't exist. Uh, and they're happy with it actually, because women don't like to think. I've covered this, women would rather, get what they want, like, so she'll tell you this, I want XYZ, you tell her you want ABC, bing, bang, boom, transactional, done deal. That's what I prefer, that's what women prefer too. It's that simple. Ask any woman, she'll fucking tell you there's no such thing as love. But guys are being psyoped into this, and it's just so terrible, man. I mean, the mainstream media is doing a very good job of psyoping the masses even more. Because now they're adding in some violence, so they make it look manly, right? Like if you look at Memoirs of a Geisha, I mean, that guy was a total cock, I mean, it was gay, and I mean, the whole movie was kind of. Gong Li, yeah. But it was interesting, because Paula calls herself my geisha, and she is my geisha actually, but I mean, I know you guys don't like to hear it, but it's true, and but I mean, so then I thought I'd watch a movie because she's actually trained in it. Being a geisha is an art, serving Emperor Sir. And what's funniest is she met me through the other business where I was doing anything at the time but dominating. I mean, this is what I keep saying, yin and yang, if you're extremely alpha, or no, not an alpha, but dominant and in control of all aspects of your life, then, you need a release. And that's what I was, I wasn't doing it actually, but I was getting in the mind. It's easy, man. I mean, this is why it's easy for me to get in people's minds. People call me gay. You know what? The first thing I'll think, okay, what would a gay guy do? And then I'll make money after it. It's very simple, I could be gay, I could be transgender, I could be anything, so long as there's no physical. On the other business, I have a picture, all in public view. If you saw it, you wouldn't even know it was me, but you would think, but you wouldn't be able to prove it. It's easy. Anyway, gay man, and so that's how I met her. And one fine day, she starts calling me Emperor Sir. And I'm like, hey, Paula, we never had that. She worked for me. She still works for me. She does some fantastic translation. But this is what I'm saying. Power doesn't always have to be violence. It doesn't always have to be. But my writing hits home so brutally that, you either love it or you absolutely hate it. You either absolutely love it or you absolutely hate it. And she absolutely loved it, and so she submitted. That's it doesn't always have to be a gangster kind of war, or guns, or knives. There's many different kinds of power, but real power. So she was like, I actually called her, believe it or not, princess. And, I don't know, I just said it, I didn't. And she writes back to me that first, I still remember, Emperor Sir, your geisha sends you this what? I'm like, all right. And the same thing has happened with me, with girls and, girls, any level of girl, professional, housemaid, rich girls, without me even trying, obviously they see something in this narcissistic, psychopathic, asshole, misogynist, to all these beautiful things I'm called, which I brag about. Habib porn star, I've always been called that, all these things that I keep saying. It's not me saying all this, it's people saying all this. But yeah, to the last point, now they make the movie a little masculine. So they put in a whole bunch of violence, and it's pretty brutal, and also nothing like Hannibal. Hannibal was brutality. That motherfucker. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That Dr. Lecter. Hannibal is one of the few persons on this planet I do deeply respect. And I'm not cucking to him, I'm not under him, but and in fact, I could be better than him, and I probably am in many regards. But so they put in a bit of violence in the movie. The guy thinks he needs a girl to complete the circle. And what happens? Boom! He goes to whatever heaven he believes in, or hell or whatever the hell he believes in. Because the woman's going to cuck him, he loses his edge. I can't, I go hoarse shouting at you guys about it. You guys look at Rocky 3. Clubber Lang and Rocky, that dynamic. Clubber Lang insults his wife. He's like, "Hey, woman, since your man is not man enough to, maybe I'll come over and he says it publicly, Clubber Lang. And that guy, you see him doing pull-ups and training. He's like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm going to smash the cameraman in the face. Now, he may not be the ideal conversationalist, like Rocky was literally kissing girls while training. Who the hell even allows women near you while you're exercising training? Only faggots, like Glenn, And Rocky, and then that happened. You've all seen it, Rocky's classic. And Rocky's like, I'm going to fight him. And Mickey basically tells him, well, you fight alone. Oh, that guy, man, Mickey. I've forgotten the actor's name, but that was classic. That dude was classic. Cranky old man, women, weakened legs, he kept saying, in the first, and it's true, but and he's like, listen, kid, don't you let those chickens get to you, because they were coming up to Rob. But Rocky 3, and Rocky, oh, can I take an autograph? And Rocky's like, yeah, is that training? No, that's gay bullshit, And then that happens, and man, that was a classic dialogue. Back in the day, Rocco, you were solid. You had this cast iron jaw. You had this look to you, But then the worst thing happened that could happen to any fighter. Excepting the exceptions, like yours truly, maybe Donald Trump, certain exceptions. He didn't say that. Excepting Stallone himself. Stallone's a real G. But anyway, in the movie, and then he goes on to say, you got civilized. You lost your edge. And then he's like, this guy runs 10 miles a day, and Rocky's sitting on some stupid machine in the gym, kissing girls and, all that other crap, And that's what it is, But guys don't get it. I'm just going to end this one by saying, look, fella, if you think you need a woman to complete your life, you're not only a cock, you're probably halfway along the line to becoming a dick-sucking gay. It's that simple. If you think you need a woman to complete your life. Yeah, women need men. That's different. That's biology. Men don't need women. And I'm not saying you don't procreate. I'm not saying you don't make babies. I mean, yeah, you need them for that. But what else do you need them for? There's nothing better a woman can do than a man. Fuck, I recently, and I'm going to share this, I took a video of myself in traditional Arabic attire doing belly dance. Habib, right? So I got to do that. I learned it myself. And, the instructor, Indian lady, or I think she's Indian, I don't know. She was like, you're dancing better than I can. So, I mean, yeah, you have gender roles and all that, but you don't really need them for that. A guy can clean the fucking house, but I mean, I don't. Again, I did a video on that, and, only thing a man really needs a woman for is to make babies. That's all, really. I mean, think about it. Be logical. And a woman needs him for provision, provide. That's all she needs him for. The women don't necessarily need all this sex, unless you're a nasty psychopath like me. In that case, they'll all want sex all the time, because that turns them on deep down inside, at their core. That's how any female in the world is wired, Because that's how they are themselves. They can identify, that part of the reptilian part of their brain. That's just, it's science. It's even there in the books, They won't teach you that in school, though. They'll teach you Darwin's theory of evolution, which is so gay, man. How the hell can a tiny little island of Galapagos, or whatever the hell that was, God dang, so many different species, and you think you can actually formulate a theory? I don't believe men come from apes. I don't believe, I mean, human beings. I don't believe, I mean, they could, but there's no proof. You know, uh, I mean, I've never, yeah, they show you these nice little pictures of an ape. Have you ever seen an ape stand up? Have you? I mean, there's apes in the wild, plenty of them. There's monkeys all over. Have you ever seen a monkey? Yeah, a dog will stand up on its hind legs. A wolf will. A monkey doesn't happen. A tiger will, you know. But oh no, they're the most intelligent. I mean, intelligence has got nothing, fuck all, to do with evolution. Other than certain parts of your brain. That's just that simple. Yeah, they'll teach you Darwin's theory of evolution, but they won't teach you basic male female dynamics. Society is so gay, man. I was thinking about this morning. Most wives, if their husbands secretly brought, not even secretly, openly brought home a dude to do whatever, work with, serve him, whatever the hell it is, and they started sucking each other's dicks, they wouldn't mind. He could flirt with her or him or whatever the hell you call it. I mean, the woman wouldn't mind. She'd just sit back and enjoy the show. She'd be like, oh, they're gay. But the minute a masculine man talks to a woman, it's like, the whole fucking world gets their panties in a wad and in a tizzy. They literally want men to turn gay, man. And I gotta go. It's like fucking, I've ranted for so long. I've got it out. But look, please don't watch movies. I am watching one after 4.5 years, okay? 4.5 years, and it's only 1 hour. I invested an hour. And that's good. And that's only because I was doing the fucking splits. Emperor, sir, will give you this one command. I don't care if you want to be fat. I don't care if you don't do business with me. I don't give two shits if you want to remain a loser. All of that, just do what you like, but do not watch mainstream media or read it or watch it or because it's just, man, I am thinking about, I could have done this video in the last hour. In fact, I was thinking of doing it because the whole channel got banned. And so, that video about that movie got banned. Then I decided I'll see it because, it's funny. For years, people called me master and emperor and all this. Now I see this fucking movie, so I'm like, maybe the men of India are finally waking up. Newsflash! They're not. They're still gay and fucking cucked to the max. And I'll see y'all later, guys.